Guys, let's look at ankle locks today. And the reason why we're gonna do ankle locks is I really believe it's probably the first actual leg submission you should get good at, because it gives you such a good understanding and a good hub of the actual leg lock positions. And the position we're gonna start it from is Irimi Ashigarami or Sink Leg X. And we're gonna look at what makes the position work and why you should do it this way. So, when I have my partner Frederick Daniel over here, which you guys should follow him on Instagram because he's been helping me so much, and he's a beast. And he posts Instagram reels. Guys, what do I want? I need to do two things from Sink Leg X. One is put weight through his hips, and two, keep weight out of this leg. So you can imagine the way for Freddie to defend it would be to take weight off of his hips and put his leg on the ground. And start coming up and exactly, Freddie. So what's my goal as the attacker? My goal is going to be to keep weight through his hips and make sure that he can't take this foot and put weight through it. What's the way that we do this, guys? We don't lock this classic Gracie 101 method, which I don't know why the hell they ever taught this. Like every time I see someone do this, I'm like, bro, who taught you that? Like, forget it. Where they put the shoelaces under the knee hamstring, such a disaster, and they try and lock. From here, Freddie starts taking hips off the ground. See how hard it is for me to keep him on the ground? I take the shoelaces and I put them to the cross hamstring. Then I close my knees. Now Freddie take hips off the ground. See how much more weight I can put through his hips? Like, what a joke. I don't know why this ever gets taught, guys. And if your coach or professor is showing you this, then please let me know in the comments so I can, I don't know what I'm saying. So, go to the cross body, and I'm gonna control this leg. Now all I have to do is make sure this leg sits off the ground. How do I do that? I just take an over wrap, and I hold it nice and high. From here, guys, what's the key for foot locks? The key for foot locks is to try and break the deltoid ligament, which is the ligament on the inside of the ankle. Why do I know what that's called? Because I tore mine in half, and you can see the scar on my leg. The goal is to tear that ligament. And let's look at the anatomy of a leg right now. When I go to push Freddie's toes in this direction, they stretch. The outer ligaments, they stretch, and these are the ligaments that you rolled all the time as a kid, and you were fine the next day. The ligament on the inside, the one that I tore myself and had to get surgery on, it goes to this point and it locks. Everything beyond that point breaks. And that's my goal with the foot lock, is to attack the ligament on the inside of the ankle. So how am I gonna do that? Step one, get to my Ashigarami and make sure that Freddie, or whoever unsuspecting character I'm doing this to, has got weight through his hips, and I've got this leg nice and high. I'm lifting it. So when Freddie goes to put weight through his leg now, I put weight through his hips to make it hard for him to come up, and when he tries to put this leg on the ground, my elbow is always below the point of his heel. So here's the point of his heel, see how my elbow is below it, and I grab the calf to make it extremely difficult for him to take it off the ground. From here, guys, I switch to my overwrap, where my arm goes across, and I lock the figure four. Now, how do you break the deltoid ligament? It's quite simple, guys. I want to make sure that Freddie's heel sits on my floating rib. And you'll see that when I do this technique, right now you can see the whole sole of Freddie's foot. It's totally visible. When I go to to attack the deltoid ligament, you'll see the sole of his foot disappear in front of my ribs. All you can see is the top of his toes. And this is my complete goal when it comes to attacking this foot lock. The reason is when I'm here, one, he can put the boot on. Two, when I go to stretch his leg, he just stretches downwards, so let it stretch, ready? But when I put the deltoid ligament in place by placing his heel on my ribs and taking away the exposure of his heel to the camera, now when Freddie goes to put the boot on, you can literally see it in Freddie's face, he's actually hating this. And when I start to crank it, it's extremely painful. So we're gonna get really good at this skill, guys, of putting it in place. So step one, we're gonna buy ourselves time. How we're gonna buy ourselves time? Putting weight through his hips with this classic Ashigarami position and lifting. And by the way, if you guys wanna learn more about how to do this, let me know in the comments. And if you need one-on-one guidance on how to get better at jiu-jitsu with one-on-one help, hit up my website, ebsays.online. It's one-on-one coaching. I'll analyze your rolls. We'll make sure you don't repeat mistakes. It's in the caption. I lift his heel off the ground. This is buying me time. Here, if Freddie tries to defend himself, I just make sure two things happen. His leg stays off the ground by lifting, and there's weight through his hips by leaning and making sure my knee and my heel connect over his hip. Now Freddie tries to get up. No, there's no chance. It's very difficult. A good athlete will force it, but I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't happen. So, I take my overwrap and my elbow goes wide. See how my elbow is wide, guys? Remember what my goal was? It was to hide the heel. The only way I can maneuver his heel in this space is to make sure there's space between my elbow and my ribs. If I lock it too tight like this, now look how much it's gonna take for me to tap Freddie. And by the way, guys, I'm much stronger than Freddie, believe it or not. When I go to crank, it actually cost me a bit of effort. And the only reason he's really tapping is I'm so much bigger than him and we're freaking drilling. In a roll, he might not even tap to that. What I need is that beautiful position on the deltoid ligament. So I keep my elbow nice and wide. From here, guys, a great way to do this, and I learned this from my man Jude, is I step on his hip and I use this to pull my hips back towards his heel. So I get my hips in line with his heel while my elbow stays wide. See how my wide elbow, guys? That means my elbow and my hip are far apart. And I pull my hips back and it puts his heel in place. So it's quite subtle, guys. But you'll see, guys, in the secondary camera, I put my foot on his hip and I use that to push my hips back and I remove the exposure of his heel to the camera. Here. From here, it's getting tight. I then pull my bottom knee to my chest and I grab onto his leg like this. See my feet? They grab and I pinch. Now, the last step, I don't drop my elbow towards my hip. From here, Freddie can hand fight, go ahead. It's quite easy. I'm gonna drop my elbow away from Freddie so that he can't reach, and I put pressure through his ligament. See how his hips come off the ground? From here, all I have to do is push my hands down and hip thrust. See how easy it is to get that tap? And this is the real key, guys, with these submissions in training, that this is how you know the submission is good. If I've got a guy in the foot lock and I'm here in training, why can't I finish it? He tapped, finally. This is a negative feedback loop. This is a false positive. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, great, I got him. You honestly screwed up. That's a horrible foot lock. You should be thinking in training, how can I submit this guy with zero effort? Because if I can submit him like this, imagine if I went with full effort. And that's the key. So again, I've got Freddie in Irimi Ashi Garami or single leg X, depending on what language you speak. I have my elbow wide and I got weight through his leg. I'm lifting his heel off the ground and putting weight through his hips. As Freddie tries to transition through the position and start escaping, I put weight through his hips here. From here, I keep my elbow wide and I get my figure four. I prefer figure four. You can also go this guillotine kind of 5-finger grip. I find figure four the best. From here, step on his hip and I throw my hips backwards, keep my elbow wide, so there's space for his leg to move through this gap, and I get my hips in line with his heel so I can remove the heel exposure from the camera so you can only see the top of his foot. Here. Now the foot is totally unexposed. From here, guys, the foot stays on the hips. I pull this knee to my chest and I stick. Now, what do I want? I don't want a lot of movement. And I'll know for a fact if this is tight, and I can see it in Freddie's face right now, it's not looking good. I drop my elbow and I make sure I drop it away from my hips. So his hips come off the ground. See how easy this is, guys? I'm chilling. Freddie, how do you feel? No. It's horrible. All I need to do is do a little hip thrust. Yep. And I get the biggest break ever. So what are the keys, guys? Step one, put weight through his hips and keep weight off his foot by lifting his foot and making sure his foot was higher than my elbow and putting weight through his hips with my legs. Step two is remove the exposure of his whole foot from behind me. And you saw I used my foot and my hips moving backwards to make it that all you could see was the top of his foot. You couldn't see the heel. Once we were there, all we had to do was pull our knees to our chest and take our elbow back. Guys, not this. Don't drop to your elbow this way. Dropping to your hip is a poor idea to finish. Instead, drop the elbow behind your back. See the difference? Right here, I'm lying on my tricep, whereas here, I'm lying on like my brachialis and my bicep. And I have much stronger wedge. From here, guys, you saw Freddie was tapping right here. And if I can get a tap there, imagine a competition, it's not looking very good. So guys, if you have any questions on how this works, let me know in the comment section. Follow Freddie on Instagram, he's a beast. And if you need one-on-one coaching,